Okay, so let's see, we've got time for another unboxing video. This time we're doing the Mirelurk wave of Fallout Wasteland Warfare. So we've got quite a lot of packages here, so we're going to start with the colorful ones first. So first up, let's go ahead and get started with the hatchlings and eggs. So this is 6 3-egg sections, 3 hatchling sections. All one piece, similar to how they've done the red roaches and the other smaller critters. So let's see here. So just single piece bases, nothing to glue together on these. And it looks like, yep, so gotta remove the tab from these, but otherwise pretty decent. So not too super fine details, and these are just 3 repeats. They're not really all that unique. We'll spiff them up with a bit of tufts of grass, and don't have to do a radioactive version since I've yet to see radioactive of these small things. But yep, so just a very small amount of cleanup. Just clip that tab, shape it a bit, and good to go. So nice and basic there. Now, next up, the Mirelurks themselves, our crabby friends. So this is only 2 to a box, so I really should have probably ordered another box at least of these guys, just to give myself some variation. So I'll probably go ahead and order that in my next purchasing wave, which will be whenever they announce new models. That's when I tend to just buy them as they come out. So, multi-part. Going to go ahead and... So we've got the top shell piece, very detailed. All of the bumps and everything else on that. You've got your top crab claws, face with the little tiny hands underneath. And then we have the bottom section. So those 2 pieces will go together. And then this will connect there to form the overhang. And identical bases, which is a shame. I'll have to see if I can swap those around with something else. But otherwise, they're identical. Now these, once I get my other set, I'll definitely do at least one as a glowing variant and go from there. Now we have the Mirelurk Hunters. One thing with this wave is there's no Mirelurk King, which is a little odd, so we will have to wait and see if that's going to be in a future wave. Okay, obviously these guys are a bit bigger, so they're not in bags. They're packaged in this little bubble wrap. So, whereas the others were 30mm, these look to be 50, I'm guessing. Got some flashing there, easily taken off. Nice detail with the life preserver. Identical bases again, so we'll have to differentiate those with some tufts, etc. So let's see here. Looks like these are 3 pieces, and of course they're a little stuck together. Happens sometimes. So we've got head and mandible, body, and then claws. So just taking a look at the body. Bit of flashing to take care of, nothing too major. We're used to seeing that on these. Then the head. So there's his little compound eyes on there, and the mandible to go underneath. And his big old claws. Not too much flashing on the claws and the face, mostly just the body, it seems like. So, slide those off to the side. Now, this one is a little odd in that, as I said, they didn't do a Mirelurk King. Instead, we have a fog crawler, which not traditionally part of the Mirelurks. Was introduced in Far Harbor. Obviously, there's the same kind of thing, mutated critters. This seems more like a praying mantis to me than crustacean like the others are supposed to be. Again, a larger, and an even larger base, it looks like. We got, what, 60 on this. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. Fair amount of detail on this. We've got a swim buoy, anchor, and some rope, some rocks. So, now, obviously there's only one to the box, so we've got his little butt flap there. The body itself, this guy's got more of an upright head, and then those are tiny, tiny claws that have a ton of flashing that's going to need to be removed. A little annoying, but nothing too major. And then his little weird tentacle face head. So, all interesting. However, the really impressive piece now. So, she doesn't have a fun colored box. She's just in this all by herself. The Mirelurk Queen. I've seen some pictures online of people who have already painted theirs up. Mine just got here yesterday, so haven't had a chance to even think about what I'm going to do. Now, one cool thing is she comes with her own little pod of critters. So, there's some tiny hands of hers, more arm pieces, but then we've got her tongue or something. We've got 3 of those little larval ones, so that ups our game on those to 6, so no additional ones of those needed. Everything's in bubble wrap in this except for the base. Now this isn't as big as Prime. Prime's base was 120. I'm gonna guess this is around 80 maybe. I don't have my tape measure out. We've got some good detail though. There's a front door of a Nuka-Cola. Obviously we've got eggs and hatchlings scattered throughout, tires, some wood planks. Looks like a barrel buried in there. I do love how Modiphius does these larger bases. Looks like we've got one mounting point there. I don't really see any, probably there, there's a little piece. Removing that tab's going to be fun. I normally take a saw or real good GW clippers to it. And these are quite well packed. This is the bulk of her body, it looks like. Going to take a bit of cleanup here, obviously, to get that. And then, obviously, injection pieces there. Nothing unusual with resin this size. So you can kind of tell that's going to go there. So just looking at her in the hand side, my hand here, she is very beefy, but also very detailed. See those spouts that we all hate in game as it spews acid at us. All the details of the teeth and the talony bits, all the ridge detail, very nice. Really the only cleanup on this is the injection ports, so that's nothing to be unexpected. This is where all of her, so this is her chest here, so that's where her claws and all of her little hands will plug in. More details around the back of the chitin. Very cool looking. I've been looking at Tyrannid painting videos to get inspired for this. Oof. And this is a whole bunch of loose pieces, so Here we start to see the big claws. So yeah, that's quite impressive there. Or a foot, but yeah, either way, all very impressive. Okay, here's her feet. So this will latch into the bottom there. Again, not a lot of flashing. I see some here, easily just flipped off. But yep, so this is a two-part, the bottom section, so what we'll probably do is build it from the bottom up. And then go from there. Let's go ahead and just drop this all out. We've got her butt flap. So again, lots of nice details, very little flashing, just injection ports. And her crown, as it were. So take on the back, I believe. So when it gets assembled, hard to do right now, but that goes there. And then that should lay in there. Very big and impressive. And unlike Prime, can actually be fought. So this and this will lock together. And then that will sit there, I believe. And then this will sit in the base. It'll be interesting to get this assembled and see exactly how it's going to spider walk on there. But yes, so this should get me painting again. Hopefully get some pictures of that and whatnot up. But another nice large project from Modiphius. I'm not going to be doing any special with the base. It isn't thick enough to do like Prime. Prime's base was about twice as thick as that. Very easy to install electronics, and the Queen doesn't exactly need lights and sounds. But still will be a lot of fun, and I look forward to putting it together.